Manchester United 1, Leeds United 2. Can Manchester United actually go back to our glory days? Let's get into it. So, Manchester United ended up losing today's game to Leeds United. I kind of already knew that we were going to lose because whenever Manchester United doesn't play in a long while, we end up losing. But I was actually going to make a video about the fact that can we ever go back to our glory days? And it just happened that we lost the game to Leeds United today. So the loss, it happened, but let's actually talk about the main issue. When you look at Manchester United, the kind of players that we have are not the kind of players that a team like Manchester United is supposed to be having. You see, Manchester United belongs in the teams of Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, PSG. This is where Manchester United belongs. Now, if you look at teams like Manchester City included as well, if you look at teams that are in the great positions, if you look at teams that go for the Champions League, if you look at teams that go for their Premier Leagues, Manchester United is not part of them. Manchester United now, we actually go for Champions League qualifications. Let's try to qualify, and if we don't qualify, we try to fight for Europa League qualifications. It's such a disgrace for who Manchester United is. Can you believe this? Now, it all goes back to our leadership. It all goes back to our leadership. If you look at the reason why I'm saying that the leadership is, take a look at this. If you look at Manchester City, their owners came in, they decided that they want to be a top team. Manchester City only used to be our noisy neighbors. When the owners came in, they decided to be a top team. They started recruiting, going for incredible players, going for top coaches. Now look at where they are. It starts with the leadership. The reason why it starts with the leadership is it doesn't matter how much nostalgia we feel as fans. It doesn't matter how much glory we know that we've had in the past. The leadership needs to have a vision. It's the vision that drives everything else. If they have a vision that we want to be a top team, we want to be a team that fights for the Premier League every year, we want to be a team that wins the Champions League, that vision will therefore tilt everything. It would decide the kind of players we have to go get. It would decide the kind of coaches we have to go for. It would decide the kind of style of play we have to have. It would even decide the type of facility that we need to have when it comes to stadium, premium stadium, and all those experiences. It starts from the vision. An example again, if you look at Real Madrid, FC Barcelona used to beat Real Madrid consistently, until the leaders said, hell no, it's time for a change. They came for Mourinho. Mourinho went in. You know the kind of team that Mourinho built. Kaka was in the team with Cristiano Ronaldo. Imagine these two giants in the same team. And even with that, Barcelona was still beating them consistently for a while. But they completely broke that dominance that Barcelona had. But it all started from the vision the leadership had. And if you look at Manchester United, we are supposed to be a team that has great leadership that just goes for the high standard. Now we've become a team where it's a matter of, let's try to bring this manager in, let's try to bring this player in, let's try to fix this position with a mediocre player, and then let's keep building and see where it goes. No, the big teams don't talk about building. The big team talk about fixing positions, strengthening positions, and dominating. If you look at, as I said, Real Madrid, the time that they wanted to stop Barcelona's dominance, when Mourinho went there, was it a matter of, we need to build, or was it a matter of we need dominance right now? Manchester United, looking at how things are, we may never go back to our glory days with the leadership we have, with the mindset they have, and the lack of vision. We may never ever see the glory days again. Manchester United, people play with it, but this is quite serious. Manchester United might never ever become a top team again if we don't do something about it. But we definitely can. We the fans definitely can do something about it. We absolutely can. But we need to first be on the same page. If we are not careful, Manchester United will never ever become a top team again. It would only become a team that is a matter of, oh, let's keep building. Oh, let's keep building. Let's move slowly like a tortoise. If we are not careful, we will never see our glory days again. Leeds United just beat us 2-1 at Old Trafford. Manchester United just got beaten at Old Trafford by Leeds United. And we are here talking about, oh, let's keep building. Let's keep aiming for top 4. We the fans need to start doing something. In my next video, I'll start talking about the kind of things that we need to start doing that would actually put pressure on the leadership. I know we've tried a lot of things in the past, and I know actually our fans in England have actually tried a lot of things there. There are other things that we can actually do internationally. One of it is to completely stop watching Manchester United matches. Do you have any idea how much money they would lose if we all stop watching Manchester United matches? You have no idea the kind of power we the fans have. But this is the kind of things we have to do, because unless you and I are okay with being a mediocre team, and I am not okay with being a mediocre team, and I know you are not okay with Manchester United being a mediocre team either, we have to go back to greatness. But if we are to stay at where we are, if we are to not change anything, if the leadership is not pressured into changing, and it's just this way, and promises of, we're going to bring this team in, we're going to bring this player in. PSG was not a Manchester United's level. Now PSG looks like a much, much greater team than we are. PSG. Our name used to be mentioned between Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Liverpool at that time. Now, when they mention the top teams, you are not even there. Bro, how long has it been since we qualified for the Champions League? And even if we qualify for the Champions League, where are we going to be eliminated? You and I both know that even if we qualify for the Champions League, we are not going far with this team and this structure that we have. Something needs to change. And Manchester United fans, we need to start waking up, and we need to start taking certain actions. Simply talking about it is not going to get us anywhere. But if we are not careful, we will never see our glory days again. This is serious, and we will only live on glory from the history. We will never see glory in our present moment ever again. This was a heated moment. This was a heated video. It was nice talking to you guys, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.